The contents of this broadcast should be considered personal opinion of a non-professional. Seek advice from multiple qualified sources prior to making any retirement or financial decisions. Well, hello there, my brothers and sisters. This is Steve at firefighterretire.com, and today I want to talk to you about some ways you can maximize your retirement benefit check. I'll break this into three sections. First, I'll talk about 4 general retirement factors that should be on your radar throughout your career. Second, I'll list some strategies that will boost your retirement benefit and can be implemented anytime starting from your first day at work. And then I'll wrap up with some strategies to focus on probably near the end of your career during your final average salary period. So here we go. In my opinion, there are 4 factors that will affect your retirement benefit and should be on your radar very early on in your career. Number 1 is your final average salary, or your FAS. This is the average of your 60 highest consecutive paychecks. And because your FAS ultimately determines your retirement check, it's something to at least keep in mind as you plot out your career path. Number 2 is your secondary investments. I'm referring to deferred compensation or other investments outside of your pension. These investments will make up the difference between your retirement benefit check and the income you'll need to maintain your current standard of living. 3 is your survivor option. If someone in your life is depending on you financially, you may very well need to take a survivor option. And being mindful of how the various choices will affect your benefit check is pretty critical to your retirement planning process. I have a video devoted entirely to this topic at firefighterretire.com that you might want to check out. The 4th factor is healthcare. Healthcare will be your responsibility from the day you retire until Medicare kicks in, and it's expensive. If you can make a plan that will pay for it outside of your pension, you'll probably be able to retire earlier and with more discretionary income. I believe this is the single greatest factor that delays retirement for firefighters that are otherwise eligible, and is another topic I address in a separate video at firefighterretire.com. In my experience, these are the 4 elements of retirement planning that require early consideration in order to provide a post-retirement income comparable to your pre-retirement income and at a reasonable age. If you're married, you also want to incorporate your spouse's retirement considerations into this planning process. For example, does your spouse have a retirement plan? Will they receive Social Security? Do they have access to health care benefits? Basically, you'll want to merge both of your needs and benefits into one plan. So let's talk about some benefit boosting strategies that anyone can implement at any time. Do these strategies require some sort of sacrifice? Yes, absolutely. But we have levers we can pull to engage systems that are already in place that will help make these sacrifices a little less painful, in my opinion. So here they are. Number 1, contribute early and heavily to deferred compensation or a similar plan. Matching dollars are a 100% return on your money from the day they go into the account and should probably be your first investment priority if your bargaining agreement provides this option. In my opinion, if you aren't contributing enough to get the match, you really need to figure out why and probably need to make some changes to your finances. New firefighters might consider basing their living expenses on their probationary salary and then investing a portion of their step increases until they reach the contribution limits. No matter how you get there, this forced saving strategy maximizes the advantage of compound interest, requires few decisions, and little self-discipline. You tell payroll how much you want taken out of your check and live off what's left. I acknowledge that deferred comp is only one of many good investment options you may choose, but it's easy, accessible, and it works. And speaking of other investments, many firefighters, myself included, seem to have this affinity for building or buying home mansions and justifying it by calling it an investment. Homes are an asset, but they are a poor investment at best. We all want to live in a nice place, but please be wary of the home mansion trap, as it can consume many potential investment dollars and significantly affect when you can retire and or your discretionary income. Okay, number 2, promote or work in an ancillary position like paramedic, apparatus operator, etc. Now, I'm the last one to recommend becoming an officer or anything else just for the money. But if you choose to go this route, the percentage you make above top step firefighter will be directly reflected in your final average salary. So weigh in this factor when picking your career path. Number 3, Save for healthcare by whatever means you have available. At CK Fire, we have a health reimbursement account with VIBA. Money in this account goes in tax-free, accumulates tax-free, and comes out tax-free. I go into detail about the benefits of an HRA account in the firefighterretire.com healthcare video, so I won't repeat it here. The bottom line is that the healthcare problem will dramatically affect your retirement outlook. And if you can provide for healthcare outside of your pension check, you'll be able to retire earlier and with more discretionary income. For those of you with an HRA account, I would seriously consider using that payment card as little as possible or just cutting it up. Number 4, bank vacation and sick leave. I always find this to be a controversial subject, so if it doesn't work for you, then don't do it. But most departments buy back this time to one degree or another at retirement, which has some benefits. In 2019, at CK Fire, the value of maximum accrued sick leave and vacation accounts for a 30-year firefighter is $55,339. At the rate I'm currently paying for healthcare in retirement, this would pay insurance premiums for 4.5 years for both my wife and me. Now let's move on to some strategies that apply specifically during your FAS months, probably near the end of your career, but not always. Just being cognizant of when you might be in your FAS months is important, and earning as much as you can to boost your monthly salary during the 60-month period will increase your retirement benefit checks forever. So here we go. Number 1, work overtime. Under the current bargaining agreement at CK Fire, a 30-year firefighter will add $13.99 to their monthly retirement check for each overtime shift they work during their FAS period. If one lives for 30 years after retiring, this would total over $5,000 for one OT shift worked. Working one OT shift per month during the FAS period would increase their benefit by $839 a month, and living for 30 years would add $300,000 to their total benefit. To be clear, I did not include the original overtime pay in these figures. Number 2, cash in holidays. If this is an option in your bargaining agreement, these dollars count towards your FAS. For CK employees, selling back 4 holidays each year during the FAS period will currently result in an increased benefit of $149 a month. Number 3, cash in comp time accruals and anything else you can. And number 4, time your departure. For Left 2 retirees, the annual cost of living adjustment is added to our benefit every July 1st, but you must be retired for 12 months before you receive this COLA. Therefore, if you retire on June 29th of a given year, you'll receive a COLA in 12 months. If you retire July 1st, you won't receive a COLA for 24 months. Now, there is a catch-up provision that kicks in when inflation is above 3%, but there's no way of knowing when that will occur. It's important that you read the Left 2 handbook regarding the COLA, catch-up provisions, and other important details when planning your exit. If you take sick leave or vacation buyouts in cash, you may consider retiring near the first of the year to decrease your tax base and subsequently keep your buyout money out of a higher tax bracket. This tax consideration is entirely dependent upon your individual situation, so I'd highly suggest consulting an accountant. Okay, that'll wrap it up for today. If there's something I missed or you know of some other strategies that might help your brothers and sisters out, please contribute to the blog. This is Steve at firefighterretire.com. Take care. God bless.